Hey, I'm Breena, one of the co-founders here at Quin. In this video, I want to walk you through two things: how to create your own custom workflows and the workflow library, which is a collection of pre-built workflows you can add to your account with just one click. Now, right now you're looking at the workflows section in settings. This is where all your workflows live, the core ones that come with Quin, and any custom ones to create for yourself. I'm going to focus on the second tab, Discover, in a moment, but first let's talk about building your own workflow. A workflow is a set of instructions you give Quin so it can run a specific process for you, either on a schedule, when triggered by something that happens, or on demand when you ask it. Things like compile a summary of everything that happened with a client this week, or draft outreach to anyone who hasn't heard from me in 90 days, or flag any open deals that have gone quiet. The more specific and detailed the instructions, the more predictably Quin runs it. That's actually the reason why the workflow generator exists, and I'll show you how that works now. When you click Add Workflow in the top right, a modal comes up called the workflow generator. It asks you one question: what would you like this workflow to do? You can describe it in plain language in a sentence or two. So for example, I can say, send me a weekly recap of all my customer meetings. Say, send me weekly recap on Fridays of all my customer meetings from that week. And then I'm going to click generate. Now, the reason this step exists is that AI tools, no matter which one you use, can respond a little bit differently depending on how you phrase something. And that variability can make a workflow feel potentially inconsistent. So the generator takes your short description and expands it into a detailed, structured set of instructions with context at the top, numbered steps, and clear outputs, so Quin knows exactly what it needs to run the same way every time. You also get this effect when you use the Optimize button in your guidelines or any other core workflow. You can also see that based on what I put in there, it actually knew that it needed to run automatically versus manually. It knew that it needed to be on a recurring schedule and when to start that, which would be Friday, and it needed to happen every week. So just from those couple of sentences, Quin already knew how to set this workflow up. Most of the time, this content is great as is, but if you wanted to review it and make any changes, you could. You can also share workflows. So if you wanted this workflow to be applied to other team members, you could click All Team Members. And it's just going to warn you that, each of you are going to be running that workflow. And then you can either make it optional or required. Now, for the sake of this example, I'll just use just me and hit save. Okay, now that I've shown you how to create a new workflow, if you're having trouble getting started, you can go ahead and click Discover. The Discover tab is where you'll find the workflow library. These are pre-built workflows that we've put together based on how Quin customers actually work. So things that come up over and over across different roles and industries. You can see the most popular ones right at the top. And these are things like client activity report, personal event follow-up, birthday emails, referral thank yous, upcoming retirements. Each card shows the workflow name and a short description of what it does. And in order to add one, you just click the button here and you can go ahead and customize that workflow. So you'll click Customize Workflow, it will add it to your workflows, and you're kind of following the same process. You can review what it says, you can change the frequency, you can say who it belongs to or who you want to be using that workflow, and then you can hit save. There are currently, I believe, over 40 workflows in the library covering sales, operations, life events, meetings, and relationships. We continue to add to these over time, so keep coming back and checking some out. We'll also highlight these in our weekly newsletter. So if you wanted to keep on top of any new workflows that we're seeing users create and adding here, you can go ahead and make sure that you're paying attention to those weekly newsletters. So that covers workflows, both how to build your own and how to use what's already there in the library. You can always come back to this video if you need more guidance, or you can go to heyquin.io/help and you can search for workflow details there, and that will provide you with guidance as well. And as always, if you have any questions, reach out to us at help@heyquin.io. That goes straight to our founding team, and we're happy to help. Have a good day.